Next part of the renal tubule is distal convoluted tubule. Like the proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule is also greatly twisted and it lies in the renal cortex. A short terminal straight part of the distal convoluted tubule is known as collecting tubule, and this collecting tubule it opens into a collecting duct. What is the function of distal convoluted tubule? That it shows conditional reabsorption of sodium, iron and water, and it also take a part in tubular secretion. Collecting duct. These are larger tubes, each receiving collecting tubule of several nephron. You can see this is one nephron. It is opening into the collecting duct. You can see these are the collecting tubule of several nephron. So several nephron, they open into a large tube known as collecting duct. They pass into the renal, these collecting duct, they pass into the renal medulla and join each other. Collecting ducts, they join each other to form a still larger duct known as duct of Bellini. Its duct of Bellini is not given in your NCERT. For the information, just for your knowledge, I am telling you that the further collecting ducts, they also open into a larger duct known as duct of Bellini. These duct of Bellini, they run through the renal medulla and they open into a calyx. First of all, they will duct of Bellini, they will open into the minor calyx, then they will open into the major calyx, and then they lead into the renal pelvis. And you know, renal pelvis, they open into the ureter. Just for the revision, you can see this is the cortex region, this is the medullary region. You can just assume that in this medullary pyramids nephrons are present. The collecting duct, it is coming. Collecting duct from the several collecting ducts, they combine to form duct of Bellini. Duct of Bellini will open into minor calyx. Then these minor calyx, they will open into major calyx, and major calyx will open into renal pelvis, and renal pelvis it further opens into the ureter. What is the function of collecting duct? Reabsorption of water. Large amount of water, its reabsorption, it take place in the collecting duct so that concentrated urine is produced. Now, we can see here that Malpighian corpuscle, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule of the nephron, they are situated in the renal cortex of the kidney, whereas loop of Henle, it is present into the renal medulla or medullary region of the kidney. The efferent, now you can see in the diagram, efferent arteriole, it enters into the Bowman capsule to form a tuft of capillary known as glomerulus. Now this efferent arteriole, which emerges from the glomerulus, it forms a fine capillary network around the renal tubule, and these fine capillary network of efferent arteriole around renal tubule is known as peritubular capillaries. So these are known as the, you can see, these are the, this is the renal tubule, proximal convoluted, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule. Around all these renal tubule, fine capillaries are present. These capillaries are known as peritubular capillaries, and these peritubular capillaries, they arise from the efferent arteriole. So efferent arteriole, it forms fine capillary network around the renal tubule. known as peritubular capillaries. A minute vessel of this capillary. It runs parallel to the loop of Henle, forming a U-shaped structure. This U-shaped structure capillary is known as vasa recta. It is given here. So this is known as the vasa recta, and this vasa recta is highly reduced in cortical nephron. We will study about cortical nephron in the next part. So let's revise once again. Efferent arteriole, it forms capillary network around renal tubule known as peritubular capillaries, and a minute vessel of this U-shaped structure. This is the peritubular capillary. Peritubular capillary, it forms U-shaped structure along the loop of Henle. This U-shaped structure is known as vasa recta. This is the vasa recta. And vasa recta, you can see here two limbs are written, descending capillary and ascending capillary. Along with the descending limb of the loop of Henle, the capillary is known as descending capillary, and along with ascending limb of loop of Henle, the capillary is known as ascending capillary. I hope it is clear to everyone about peritubular capillaries and vasa recta. Vasa recta we will study in detail in the countercurrent mechanism. It has a very important role. So I hope the structure of nephron is clear to everyone. Let's revise once again. Nephron, it consists of glomerulus and Bowman capsule, which together known as Malpighian body or Malpighian corpuscle. Twisted structure is known as proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule, it gives rise to hairpin shaped or loop shaped structure, U-shaped structure known as loop of Henle. Loop of Henle, it joins with the distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule, it opens into the, it gives rise to collecting tubule, and this collecting tubule, it opens into a larger duct known as collecting duct, in which several nephron, their collecting tubule opens. These collecting duct, they open into a larger duct known as duct of Bellini. Duct of Bellini, it open into minor calyx, then into major calyx, then into renal pelvis, and further into ureter. The Malpighian corpuscle, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule, they lie in cortex region, whereas loop of Henle, it lies in the medullary region. And efferent arteriole, it forms a tuft of capillary around the renal tubules like proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule, that is known as peritubular capillaries. And in the loop of Henle, these peritubular capillaries, it forms a U-shaped structure known as vasa recta. And this vasa recta also have two sides, that is the descending capillary and ascending capillary. Along with descending limb, descending capillary is present. Along with ascending limb of loop of Henle, ascending capillary is present.